All right. Well, hello everyone. How you doing? Here. Let me just make sure there's actually sound playing. All right, there is. Um, I am doing my last multiplayer match for Call of Duty Ghost. Similar to what I did recently with Titanfall. As I was telling you guys, what I typically do for these big budget multiplayer games like Battlefield, like Call of Duty, and stuff that comes out is that I usually get to the max level. I play it until I get to the max level, and or basically the level that offers you the achievement and or trophy. So in the case of Call of Duty Ghost, every Call of Duty game I've always gotten to the max level. I don't prestige. I don't see the point in prestiging. It's just something that is pretty stupid to me. However, the reason it took me a little bit while to get to Call of Duty Ghost is just the fact that this multiplayer isn't that good at all. It's not a good multiplayer at all. It's horrible maps and just there's so many campers. I've never played a multiplayer game where there's been more campers than Call of Duty Ghost. I'm dead serious. It's like an abundant number of campers. So we're just going to play a game here of Team Deathmatch. As you can see, it's actually double XP weekend, thank God, or week, whatever it is. So I was able to basically progress pretty rapidly to level 60. And I was originally going to record a couple, probably like an hour ago, because I actually did get to level 60, but it was stupid because they require you to get to basically level up within level 60 in order to be eligible for the max rank and or prestige. So you can prestige. So it was kind of stupid. I still had to continue. I don't want to join a game in progress, so I might just quit this one, and we'll go. This game just started. All right. Okay. So I might suck. I'm playing in 30 frames per second. Keep that in mind. So everything's right now is really choppy. So if I suck, that's why. And it's okay to suck in Call of Duty because people don't really play this multiplayer, or really the hardcore gamers don't play this multiplayer. I remember when Call of Duty used to be like the thing, Call of Duty 4. I know some of you guys are younger than me. You probably grew up with like Modern Warfare 2 or something, but the original Call of Duty 4 online, when that was like the big multiplayer for the time. Man, those were the days. Excellent multiplayer for Call of Duty 4. Modern Warfare 2 is pretty good, but there's a lot of hackers. I didn't like the Here we go. I didn't like Modern Warfare 3 at all. I hated the multiplayer in that. The campaign was pretty decent, but I didn't like the multiplayer at all in that. Call of Duty Black Ops. The original Black Ops has my favorite multiplayer. It's actually my favorite overall Call of Duty in this series, is the original Black Ops. I love the multiplayer in that. The campaign was really good too. Yeah. Black Ops 2. That was a game that I was like... I like the futuristic setting, you know? I'm into that whole futuristic cyberpunk sci-fi type of genre. I thought the multiplayer was a bit boring. Jeez, there's just snipers everywhere. God. So as I was saying, I thought Call of Duty Black Ops 2 was pretty boring. Did not like it. It was better than Ghost. Spray and pray. It was better than Ghost, but it was just, there's something about it, I just couldn't really get into it as much as I really wanted to. And it was a bit of a disappointment because, you know, like I said, I was coming off Call of Duty Black Ops being my favorite. Jeez, this gun. Anyway, so that's my opinion on the whole series. World at War I did not like at all. I didn't like the multiplayer. I didn't really like the campaign. I hated Call of Duty 3. That was the first Call of Duty I played, was Call of Duty 3. I absolutely hated it. Shit. Oh, God. So yeah. It would really help if I could play in a higher frame rate right now. It just really would be nice. Because I'm tired of 30 frames per second. Just, it doesn't work for this game. You really do need 60 frames per second. I feel like my controller inputs, like I'm pressing the buttons and the game's not really, it's like I'm getting a slight input lag. I mean, it's fine for single-player games. Like, if I'm going to record, like, a first impressions, you know, it's fine. Because most of those are in 60 frames per second anyway, but... yeah, the multiplayer games like these, you know, the fast-paced ones where there's a lot of movement. See, that's what I'm talking about campers. It's just... I mean, everyone knows. It's pretty much agreed upon that Call of Duty Ghost is a complete disappointment. Coming from Infinity Ward, it's a real disappointment. I mean, Modern Warfare 3 was, you know, wasn't that great either, but yeah. I'm dying a lot. Well, they're just popping out of nowhere. This whole game is frustrating. Did you hear that? I suppose you guys heard that news story where this kid was playing Call of Duty and his opponent called the SWAT on him. All right, and you know, people do this for celebrities and stuff. It's called swatting. It costs the city in taxes $100,000. So what's happening is the kid right now, they're trying to find out who it is because the guy called on Skype. The kid was kind of smart, and he called on Skype, and you can't trace Skype back. So they're trying to see if they can get his IP address. But still, I mean... oh, it was over a Call of Duty game because he lost. And the kid, they were you know, interviewing the kid who the SWAT came from, and he was basically saying, yeah, I'm not going to play Call of Duty anymore because it's just, it really frustrates me. And, you know, the media is kind of taking that and using it against their video games or equal to violence or just, you know, bad behavior or whatever. And it really sucks because people think that video games are just like movies where there's just one entity and there's nothing else. When you buy a video game, it's the same thing every single time. There's the multiplayer experience, and then there's the campaign experience. Some games have one or the other. So when he's saying, oh yeah, Call of Duty really frustrates me, you know, he's talking about the multiplayer. And it is frustrating. I have a stress ball right over there on my shelf. It is extremely frustrating playing this game. And it's not really the game that's frustrating, it's the way the people play. The way that you know, it's kind of like the bullshit that the game allows people to play. Like, you can freaking knife people and lunge forward and stuff, and you can do slides and you can do like quick scopings, and it's such like an arcade like shooter where everything's just like nuts and you know, it's not really hyper realistic at all. But people think that, oh, Call of Duty this is Call of Duty. This is the multiplayer. And no one's paying attention to the campaign. Yes, finally. I'm on prestige level. So no one no one like talks about the campaign. No one's going to say, "Oh, the Call of Duty multiplayer is the problem here that's causing the frustration." And the guy didn't even like. This is the thing that sucks about kids when they're like they're not experienced and they're trying to get their point across. Is they discuss one thing and they don't logically, like he was saying, oh, the game frustrates me. Well, he wasn't like specifically saying what was frustrating him about the game. Oh, that's nice, right there. He wasn't saying, well, the multiplayer is frustrating because people play and take it way too seriously. It would have been different if he said after the interview, because people play and take it too seriously. And, you know, that would have been different than him just saying, oh yeah, it's the game itself. It's the game that's frustrating. This game on its own, when playing the campaign, it's fine. I like the Call of Duty campaigns every time, with the exception of World at War. I wasn't that into. But I like the campaigns every single time. They're extremely action-packed. They have a pretty decent story too, and you know, characters that you do become attached to. I mean, Battlefield tries to do some cool stuff with its story, but it never really does anything. Even the Bad Company series, I always thought its story was just, you know, decent. I never thought that any of the stories in any of the Battlefield games, and I played Battlefield, Bad Company 2, Battlefield 3, Battlefield 4. Those are the Battlefield games I played, and I never thought the story in any of those were any, like, good. Like, I wouldn't say the story is good in any of them. The last one, Battlefield 4, the story was, you know, better, much better than Battlefield 3. Battlefield 3 story was like, you know, at least this one, they actually had characters that they kind of developed. But still, the sniping thing isn't working out for me.
Time's almost up. Enemy controlled Oracle. Watch your
But yeah, we'll see. The next Call of Duty, they released a picture, an in-game picture of one of the characters, and the graphics looked amazing. Like, seriously, Sledgehammer Games is saying, oh, this is going to be the best Call of Duty, and it's going to be one of the best games, and it's going to look gorgeous, it's going to have this and that, and, you know, just like you guys, I'm like, you guys made all these promises before, and you never delivered, so I'll believe it when I see it. So, we'll see how the next Call of Duty goes, Call of Duty 2014. Am I getting it on release? It depends on what I think about the game. If they do enough of a drastic change in core gameplay, and it actually feels different as a game, and it's like a new breed for the series, then yeah, I'll go ahead. You know, if it's like a jump from Battlefield Bad Company 2 to Battlefield 3 in gameplay, then fine, yeah, I'll definitely go ahead. I'll bite, but I mean, we're gonna have to see. Alright guys, well, that is it. I have officially maxed ranked in Call of Duty Ghosts. It was difficult only because the game sucked online, and the way people played was awful, but I can now put this game on the shelf. I can now morally feel like I am caught up with everything. I will see you guys next week when we play The Amazing Spider-Man 2 on the PC. We're going to be doing a first impressions of that, and also Daylight. I may be doing hopefully the system software update for PS4, the 1.7 update comes for Daylight, and I'm able to archive my streams from Twitch and upload them onto YouTube. That would be pretty cool. So, but anyway, I'll see you guys later. Have a great day. Goodbye.